Well, hello Doomers and welcome to Hardfest 3 Map 35. And this is the finale of Hardfest 3 and the finale of Hardfest in general. Yep, after a long journey. It's been a long journey, guys. I played Hardfest 1 when it released, Hardfest 2, and now Hardfest 3. It's been quite a ride. I've tasked a few maps, gave up on some, but I beat a lot of tough maps too. And this is one of them. This is an elite tier map on the Doomed Index. And if you know the Doomed Index, elites do not mess around. And yeah, this is a long demo. And I'm a little bit upset that this was the demo to have gotten it because it almost felt like everything went wrong. But at the same time, when everything goes wrong in a demo, you're not very worried about what happens, so you kind of end up playing a little bit better in my opinion. Or at least a lot less like nervous because you don't really care what happens to the run. And to be honest, I think that's why this one was the winner. Now, yeah, I've been working on this map for a long time, probably 3 weeks. I mean, wasn't playing every day, but it's been on my mind for 3 weeks at least. So in this beginning, there's 3 keys. Let me start talking about the map. There's 3 skull keys here, and basically my goal is to try to rush and collect them all as fast as possible while clearing every enemy. We do not want to really come back to this area and kill stuff after, because this map is pretty much separated into 2 parts, I'd say. Right when you get the fast firing rocket launcher is where it splits, but that's a lot later on. So here I'm just activating this fight and leaving. Now I found this to be the quickest strat. You're gonna see in this beginning first half of the map, I'm just going for speed. Speed is my main priority here because you really get tired of doing these beginnings once you've beaten them a lot. And the most efficient way to get demo attempts is to be quicker. So anyways, I pushed through those imps and now we're gonna do the Hell Knight fight. This is probably the most difficult part in the beginning, I'd say. But I do this second because I want to get the other areas in fighting. And if you're able to save a mega here, it's really useful. Also, if you're wondering how many attempts this took for me, it took me around 100 something. Maybe, I think it was 107. However, most attempts are pretty long. So I like to press that and then shoot right away. That'll wake everything up. Then slowly walk over. Show the Barons your dance moves. And then try not to take a face rocket there. It's really difficult. And also, there were a lot of Cyber Barons here this time. Got a bit unlucky. Alright, so here's the red skull key. Alright, and here we got Rocket Fest. Usually I can do this without taking a rocket, but not this time. Basically, my advice here is try to go with the flow with the rockets, like run the direction they're going and then focus on the others. Um, this part's, I feel, not that bad, but that might be just because it's early on. Like, if this was towards the end, it would probably feel a bit harder. And then we're gonna focus on these arch files here, try to get them out the way. Now, you don't want to get too greedy with these files because, especially when you walk in first, they're plentiful and they will quadruple zap you. And also, the infighting here is a bit like not cool. It's like the cybers are and the cyber barons are infighting, but that's not really what you want. Also, sorry if there's a few hiccups. It seems like the map might lag a bit at times. It's a really big map, by the way. 36,000 kills. Tavio, the map author, had to do like a bunch of weird stuff to like get corpses to leave or something in the beginning room to like help FPS, which it really did work. But yeah. So out of all the Hardfest maps, Hardfest finales, 1, 2, and 3, this is probably the second hardest, or definitely the second hardest. The easiest is definitely Hardfest 1, like Dan's map, and then the hardest is Hardfest 2, Dan's map. So this lands right in the middle. But Hardfest 2 finale, or map 40, the last map, people are still trying to max that map, and it's actively being maxed by like, I swear I've seen like 5 different people trying to max it. So, I believe Hardfest 2 map 40 is coming. Got a lot of talented mappers, sorry, lots of talented maxers on that map. So here, it's basically just trying to kill everything. At this point in the first half of this map, we've cleared all the fights that like you die on, you have a decent chance of dying on, at least for me. So we're kind of entering cleanup stage now. Alright. Then we're on part 3 of the Red Skull Key. And this one's can go good or bad. Depends on how the Archfiles play here. But first we gotta clear out this closet. Alright, and usually the Archfiles don't come out like this much. Usually there's 1 here, but this time there was 4, which was kind of crazy. And these Archfiles, they can get real annoying if they start resurrecting the Cyber Barons. It can also be good though if they help infight. the Archies. One strat you could do is not lower up the stairs right away. And then the enemies won't be able to go down, and the Archvile won't revive as many Cyber Barons. But I found it just to be not, excuse me, not very needed. But yeah, I should probably, I mean, I guess I didn't say it, but yeah, this is post-commentary. Yay! Yay! One of my longest post-commentaries. It's a long map. Alright, so now we're going to deal with the first arena we went with, because we don't want these cacos going all over the place. So here we left a bunch of Archviles, so you can be a bit dangerous here. You gotta read where the Archviles are and see what the best plays are. You gotta be a playmaker here. But yeah, I've found that this was the fastest way to clear this area. This was very, what's the word? Reliable. Very reliable. And I believe this is the only fight with cacos in the whole map, which is good because this map is gigantic. Oh wait, no, there's one more fight, but it's in the beginning. You'll see that next yellow skull key. Oh, that's the rev I left. I just saw there's a rev hugging the wall. I didn't see here. I had to come back for it later. It's that little corner right there. Oh, I looked right at him too. Alright, well, now that area's cleared. So now we're gonna try to clear the main hub. At this point, most of the revs should be dead. Just the cybers left, which is really useful. Here you want to try to kill all the stragglers. They can really straggle hard in here, or at least around the staircase. And I walk right past the enemy right here. Oh, I heard him! I heard him! I was listening to music though, so that's probably why. Didn't hear that whole night. And yeah, this was actually the run with my worst cleanup. I missed 2 enemies. But let's talk about that in the future. Alright, so now we're gonna try to clear out like one of the harder button presses. This next one you definitely want to have full health for. Because there's these Archviles and a lot of Revenants, but these Revenants have a lot of room to work with, so it's very easy to accidentally stack Rev missiles on you. So yeah, you want to be careful here. Like, look at that. Just suddenly 10 missiles on me. Surprisingly dangerous. Alright. So now we can get to the yellow key. And this area is not dangerous in my opinion. I don't know. I've died to these imps one time actually, believe it or not. I got like sandwiched by them because I had no ammo. Oh great, I make it look difficult. Yeah, never really died on the yellow skull key, so keep it for last. It's very consistent. You can definitely still mess it up though. Just gotta have good good pathing. Also, sometimes you might get lucky in the cyber in here, where the imps will infight with the cybers on the ground, which they kind of did here. Hit the pistol kill. Alright, so here I'm stacking BFGs, and we're gonna kill these grenaders. Just want to kill them as quick as possible. Also, micromanaging that cyber to the right of me, that's close to the ground. Just making sure he's not hitting me too. And then I like to try to kill these cybers close to the ground because they are the easiest to actually get hit by. Yep. And then from here it's pretty easy. Just gotta watch the cybers in the sky. But if you circle strafe, circle around the arena, they shouldn't really have a chance to hit you. Also, last place where the cacos are used. But we do have one more pain elemental arena. Also, this map really likes revenants. So you'll see that in a few fights. You'll see that in the next fight actually, the revs. Alright, so here, I want to shoot the pinkies a bit, and our goal is just to get rid of the pain elementals as quick as possible. And we got a bunch of revs coming, so we're kind of on the time limit. And once I do, when the revs come close, I get in the corner and shoot the pain elementals from here. It's pretty safe. And yeah, at this point, you're pretty much free. You don't want to get too close to those Archies behind you. However, it's not really a problem. You got cover right next to them. Again, definitely the easiest key side. The blue skull key one isn't that bad either, but you can get a bit unlucky there, it feels like. Oh dude, I'm so glad this map's done, man. So tired of thinking about this map. I want to record this post-commentary and just never think about this again. Although it is a great map, like, just been taking too much brain space. Alright, here we go. Killing Archies. While also keeping in mind there's a bunch of Rev missiles behind me. Alright, and actually I was doing really good on time here. If I didn't miss those last two enemies. But yeah. So here, buffing the BFG, trying to kill as many as these dudes. There's like a little bit more than there should be here. I don't know. I feel like these guys don't do their job well enough. You can kind of walk past them. Or maybe not. I never really tried. Alright, so now we can go to the second half of the map, where things start to get cooked. Got a lot of cooked fights. Alright, and you should have 16113 enemies when you finish this, but I was missing 2. So I'm going to skip ahead. Just speed through it because it took me a while to kill these guys. So the one of them was in this arena, and the other one took me a lot longer to find. And I just walked past it right there, but I didn't see it. Big sad. Big sad. I heard a Revenant here, but I guess it's from another arena. I don't know. I'm still not sure what Revenant that was. But yeah, I literally checked everywhere. Then I had an idea that maybe he was stuck there, and he was. He was stuck there. Revenant or Archvile revived him in there. Okay, so now we get the infinite BFG, and the second half of the map commences. Now we got some really fun comboable parkour here. Luckily I did it first try. It's taken me a few times in some demos. Now this fight, you kind of want to just focus on the running dudes in the back. I don't remember their name. The fast imps. And then go around these Hell Knights. This is free. Like, you should not die here. Also, just take a moment to admire the architecture. Very impressive stuff going on. Alright, so we're gonna kill a bunch of revs, but I kinda need the ammo here, so we're gonna do a little bit of collecting. Little collector's run. But this next fight after this rev hallway is one of my biggest death points in this map. It is very easy to mess up. So you're gonna have a bunch of archviles and grenaders approaching you from both sides, and you kind of just gotta hope that your rockets are hitting them. This one feels a bit RNG dependent. Like, yeah, you can play well, but really depends on just how the archviles behave. This is probably my least favorite fight of the map. So here I had to rush through because the other side was catching up. Luckily, didn't take as much damage as it looked like I should have. However, it still went pretty poorly because I didn't have enough time to kill these revenants, these archviles up top. So I was losing a lot of room space, and especially losing a lot of ammo because all the ammo's up there. Oh, wow, that was crazy. Yeah, this fight is difficult. Yeah, here I was kind of boned. Like, I didn't really know what to do here. But at the same time, having to check for that one enemy for like 5 minutes, I didn't really care about this run that much. I was like, whatever. If I die, I die. So I was just gonna run through, gung-ho it, as if I had any other decision. Or, what's the word? Any other, I don't know. Anyways, it worked out. Killing those grenaders. Oh, any other option. That's the word. Okay. So, yeah, these grenaders here, they practically shoot an RPG out of them. They are meanies. And here, it's a little Crusader strat, Shadow Crusader. Watch this demo. You can rocket these archviles early, and this is so useful. So useful. You gotta do this. Basically, I shoot until I just don't hear them anymore. That is crucial. That will make like the hardest fight a bit more tame. Alright, now onto the easier half of this little part. Usually I don't have any trouble here. Might have trouble on the parkour. Let's see if I fall. I think I do fall, actually. Yeah, momentum screwed me up there. But yeah, even though this part's pretty easy, I've died twice here. Sadly, yeah. Thankfully, this parkour you don't have to do one try. Thank you, Tavio. Anyways, press use on this button, and then you're gonna want to wake up these revenants. And then I like to shoot in here, hide in here for a bit, wait for the revs to go up the stairs, and then get a few kills in, and then make your way down. Now, while you're here, you kind of want to grab some ammo. And then you just kind of stay down here. This is my strat. This part can get a bit hectic here, down here. You get a bunch of red balls and the archviles behind the green targeting you. I've had a few times where I took too much damage. Especially if I'm rocketing myself like that. So yeah, I think there's probably a better strat to do this for this room. I didn't really theory craft enough here. But I probably should have. Okay, that was really dumb of me. now we get the blue key card. Oh, dude, I'm so happy this map's done, man. Oh, I don't gotta play this anymore. I feel like coincident when he finished Okoplock, he was like, "It's done, 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 done." I love that. I love that reaction. All right. So, on to a big fight. This next fight is actually, after I found the strategy out, I've never died to this. I died one time unprepared, but basically what I do is I rocket this left side. There's gonna be a bunch of these mini Swaggletooth dudes. I don't even know what to call them, like mini fast imps. They have low health, but they will like overwhelm you easily. So yeah, and then I basically wake up this side, and this whole fight is literally just enemy management. This is like training in like Call of Duty Zombies. You just gotta train the enemies so they don't like bone you and you have room to move. Because in this second half of the map, or I guess like this part, you get more BFG ammo later on. You don't get really any BFG ammo. So you gotta be really, really careful with it. Careful with how you use your BFG here. So then I push through that way. There's usually a small hole between the pinkies and those guys. And then use a few BFGs to get out of here. And yeah, keep the cybers alive. They keep some infighting and they die anyways. Yoinky! Alright, then after you do another little loop, horseshoe, I like to get behind these pinkies. At this point, they should be finishing up, which is really good. And your goal is to be able to circle around the enemies. In the beginning, there's too many of them, so you can't really do that. However, right here I can push through, and then I have my circle. And then it's your average slaughter maps, spin around, circle, and shoot. Now, a lot of fights are, I think like 2 fights end, or actually a lot of fights end like this in the map. But you gotta work for it. Also, I'm recording this right after hitting the run. I'm a bit tired, I'm not gonna lie. But that ain't gonna stop me. So, once you finish this, we're on to our middle section. but you gotta press 2 outward buttons. These buttons are really far. And there we are. Hard fight if you're not prepared, but easy if you know what you're doing. If you're trying to beat this map, make sure you know what you're doing here. Alright, so now we're gonna go in a little, I don't even know what to call this, like a small little fight here. You're gonna be surrounded by cyber demons. 2 on both sides. I basically just prep up a bunch of rockets. Never died to this, but I feel like it's easy to accidentally die here. So here, gotta turn around, very scary. Then hit the rocket. And yeah. Never died here, but definitely scary, man. I was always ready for it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be the run, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. But it never happened. I feel like it's so easy though here to get hit by a rocket and then bounce into another rocket. Alright, on to the fight. This is the hardest fight in the map. This one is just like, the first time you play it, you're like, what the hell am I gonna do here? I found a way to make this a bit easier and see how it goes. And oh, I remember, oh, I messed it up. You're gonna watch me mess it up. But we're still here, beat the map. Woohoo! Alright, after walking up that long pyramid, grab the red key, and we're gonna shoot some rockets. Now everything I do here is plan. At least like where I'm walking and stuff. So I want to come over to left at first, wait for these cybers to wake up. Basically want to take my time here. I don't want to go too fast, and I don't want to go too slow. And don't want to get hit by a rocket either. So again, at this point in the run, I already made a lot of mistakes, so wasn't too caring about dying here. But also, you know, still wanted to win. So here, I'm going to... This is the hard part. So you're going to shoot through here, and those revenants, they didn't wake up. I don't know why that didn't happen, but that actually made me almost die. But you should be able to rocket through. I have no idea why those revenants were not waking up. I've only seen that like one other time. I should have died there, but I didn't. And yeah, that is the scariest part of this this fight. Once you go through it one time, I routed it so you only got to do it one time. But yeah, extremely unlucky there, but still survived somehow. Someone could explain like why those revenants were like that. That'd be cool. Also, there's 600 BFG there. So now we're gonna wrap around the other way, returning around. And the Cybers are the worst part of this fight. They're gonna just bring the Revenants to them. They're gonna pile Revenants. They're gonna shoot rockets all over the place. It's really not cool. They're not cool. You can get very unlucky with how the Revs are attacking the Cybers. So now, this side is cleared, and this is where I messed up. I forgot to press the button. So, if you go here, this green thing is here, and because of that, I completely messed up. Should have pressed the button. And at this point, I was in full panic mode. Thought it was GG. Didn't know what to do. Messed up. But I had an idea. I thought maybe if I stand here, could get a little opening. And I did not get an opening. Believe it or not. But made it out. I should have died there. Another spot in the demo where I should have died. And yeah, I should have pressed this first. Completely stupid of me. Just again, thinking too much about the game and then not thinking about the thing that matters. It's what happens, man. It's what happens when you play long maps. You make mistakes. At least me. So at this point the button is pressed and I can go back to my chamber, but that was a scary rocket. But there's a bunch of revs in there now, so I have to wait for them to leave. Alright, and here's our opening. So, you gotta remember there's a pile of archviles here. I died one time because I forgot. Yep. And gotta make sure to kill them. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to use this. Whoa. Holy damn. That was close. So we're gonna hide here. We're gonna create a little opening. By the way, that button we pressed crushes these Cybers. And we're gonna create a little opening again. Except this time, it's actually gonna work. So, once the revs start coming, I leave. And look at that. Bam. Now, this fight is pretty much over. The Cybers do stay for a long time though. You can get very, very unlucky and they shoot while getting crushed. And you somehow die from that. However, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You'll see though that they do shoot. Yep, another fight ends in our circle. This is a tough fight, especially doing this 40 minutes in a run. It's very scary. If you die here, all your work just goes down the drain. However, I wasn't using the strat for most of my attempts. But once I got this going, I realized it was way better. And yeah, I should not have lived this. That mistake I made was critical. And there we are. Well, bam. Alright, now we're taking the big lift. Scare these rev missiles. Oh, that was loud, sorry. Alright, and now we're into the finale part. So there's two stages of the finale. The first one is kind of scary. It can go wrong. I never died here, but it can go wrong. So you're gonna have a bunch of these like Spectre pink aim things that like they go invisible and they teleport right in front of you and they do a lot of damage. They shoot like 5 or something projectiles. They have like 2 different attack patterns. And there's gonna be archviles. So our goal is to train the enemies. Also, I can't believe that dude didn't die there. Is train the enemies so that they're kind of in the middle. And yeah. Yeah, like something like there. I could have died if I got a bit unlucky. And you just want to play this safe. You're 50 minutes in a run. You really do not want to die here. And rockets are kind of safe, but I don't know. They feel a bit risky. Look, there's a big pile of archviles right there. I was trying to kill, but also wasn't trying to die. Yep. I stayed there a bit too long and almost got overwhelmed. Just a really scary enemy. It's invisible, so you can't see them until they get close. Just ran to the mother load right there. Yeah, these archviolins, they like to stick together, it seems. So whenever you get a good opportunity to just rocket them, try to take them. But that can be pretty risky too. That was really good rocketing right there. Matter of fact, that might have been all of them. Yeah. Alright, so on to the finale. And this finale, it's actually pretty chill. Although I died to it 2 times, man. I died to the finale 2 times. Oh my god, I still can't believe that. One of the times I died to it was on stream. And that, I just felt like I got extremely unlucky with the rev missiles. But the second time I played it, I died because it was my fault. I went the wrong path and got double rocketed. But still, just so upsetting. I died twice at this finale. So anyways, what we're going to do, this is Crusader strat, by the way. Gonna go over here. And we're going to wake up all these enemies. And actually, I should have shot a little bit earlier, but I forgot to. And we're going to try to hide in these pinkies, get all the enemies off the walls, and then we're gonna hide in a spot and then kill everything. It's basically the gist of this. So what I'm doing, I'm grabbing ammo. You really don't want to run out of ammo here, or else you're dead. And we're gonna use this pillar. Now, this pillar, you really want to make sure you save the ammo here. And then we're going to run through, after picking up all the ammo there, try to get through these revs. And bingo, there we are. That's it. You practically won at this point, unless you make a rookie mistake with the double rocket or something. Bingo! And here, I actually found it's better to use the rocket launcher. You don't have to get as close to the revenants, and you have so many rocket ammo. BFG works just as fine though. Just as well. Just as fine? I don't even know if that's proper English or not. Proper English. One thing though, it does help if you shoot the cyber demons that are like stuck, so they're focusing you and not any other enemy. That way you can predict the rockets more easily. And yeah. There we are. Gotta get rid of this giant rev ball. And woohoo! Ow. Sorry about that. Alright, now we just kill the cybers. But yeah, this fight here went really well. This was like textbook how this should go, I guess. I wish my first two runs I got here went like that, but they didn't. Alright. Don't forget to press the buttons. There's a little bit of revs here that weren't able to make it to me. Gee golly. Alright, and for this fight and one of the other fights, I actually bound a button to turn on and off a crosshair, because I do not like playing with a crosshair on. In Doom, it feels really weird. It feels like I paid too much attention to the crosshair. But for a fight like this, crosshair is actually really useful, because it's kind of hard to tell where the epicenter is. Look at that. Just a few more cybers. And the last two. So once you finish this route, you should have 36,000 kills, and the last enemy's in like the very exit. But, yeah, something not very good happened. So, next is the ending parkour. And, in my, practice, ending parkour was really easy, you know? I really fell maybe once or twice. But in this run, I failed for 30 minutes, man. I failed for 30 minutes. It was the most frustrating and aggravating experience of my life. First I was eyeing it up here. Did I make it on the first attempt? I'll show you this first attempt, but I'm speeding it up. Like, this is just embarrassing for me. Okay, yeah, we're speeding this up. So, yeah, I did this for way too long. And when you fail, you gotta go all the way back here, all the way through here. And, oh wait, here's actually a decent attempt. So, I got up to here, and I don't know why, but like this point in the run, it felt like I had like input delay. It felt like my input was just delayed by a lot, and it was like infrequent. I don't know if it was something wrong with my keyboard or if it's because this map is super big, but it was really messing me up. I've never experienced anything like this before. And there was one where like my key got stuck or something because I kept moving. I don't know, but basically I was trying to SR50 like all the jumps, which was overkill. And they actually ended up making me fall a lot. Yeah, you do not need SR50 at all. But honestly, if any of y'all know why I felt like I had input lag here, please let me know, because It was so frustrating, man. And not just that, doing this after doing 60 minutes of like hardcore gameplay, you're not gonna parkour your best, you know? But it should not have taken me this long. I hate watching this. Look away, guys. Look away. And at this point, I already soiled the record. I was on pace by like 20 extra minutes. And I just fumbled. I just fumbled the bag. Look at me fumbling, man. So glorious. Oh, he fell. Is it gonna be this run? But yeah, also, I guess while I'm here, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's been watching me play through Hardfest 1, 2, and 3. The series would have not been the same without y'all. Like it really does give me a lot of motivation to play stuff like this with y'all supporting just every video I put up. I'm very thankful, and yeah, thank you guys so much, man. I don't deserve y'all, but after this long journey, man, it's been years. It's been years of playing Hardfest. I don't even know when I uploaded Hardfest 1. It might have even been a year of me playing Hardfest 3. This series has taken me a while. I had a lot of changes in my life going playing this series. I think I started playing, and I was playing these in the PC bong. Also, I think I'm getting close to the real temp now, so I'm gonna slow it down. I think this might be the real attempt here. But yeah. Yeah, really fun series though. And I'm really happy with myself because I didn't task a lot of maps. There are maps I've tasked in Hardfest 1 and especially Hardfest 2 that I should have single segmented, but I think I was too overwhelmed at the time. So I do want to get back at it. Is this the run? Is this the run? If I make this right here. Okay, yeah, this is it. So yeah, parkour is not that bad. I swear I had input delay or something. There was something messing me up here. I've never felt so bad at parkour in my life in Doom. These aren't even tough jumps. Really disappointing end here, but I don't care, I beat the map. I don't care, man. Look at that, look at all those dead enemies. Never mind. I'm not looking there anymore. Okay. And here I did something risky. I did the 3-in-1 combo. And also, I was thinking maybe it's because I wasn't playing on exclusive full screen mode that I felt like I was getting input delay. Because exclusive full screen mode doesn't work on my OBS for some reason. Don't know why. That might have been a factor. Not really sure, I didn't do any testing. But yeah, excuses primed. Let's go to the end. Oh boy. Oh my god, guys. It's happening. Oh my god. Look at that beauty of a map. Look at that, man. Oh my god. That view is crazy. And here, use the pistol to light up the way. Press the little switch over here. I'll be honest, I did not remember that switch. So, you gotta be careful with the triggers here, because you want to kill the zombie man before you escape. And look, it's Hardfest 1. And there we are. Gaugamela by Tavio, done in 1 hour and 43 minutes. Oh my god. But yep, that is the end of the series, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the end of the series, end of Hardfest. It's been a blast. I'll see you guys on whatever I decide to do next. Have a good day. Goodbye. Goodbye, Doomers. Oh my god, guys. I completely forgot about the credits. Alright, here we are. Hardfest. Hardfest 3. All these people. I'm not gonna say all those names. It's a lot of names. Yeah. Whoa, low simmer. Low simmer. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, the fall of Babylon. Whoa. This feels like forever since I played these. Whoa, rhubarb and custard. Whoa. But yeah, this is a really cool. Whatchamacallit? Credits map. So I kind of want to show it off. Hyperboloids. Whoa. Aluminum eyes stare back. Alright, I cheesed this map. Hee hee. Chronofden. Amaranth Station. Harmony of Pissonance. Raisin Brand. Oh my god. Quick. Let's say quit. Quiet. Kabonkles. Just run. Oh my god, this map was not that bad. The Tan Rock to experience. Trial by combat. Come on, where's the teleporter? Come on. Flight by Wraith. Oh my god, this map was actually hard. Sweet Berry Wine, Trios MIDI. Huh? Oh, right here. The Blind Leading the Blind. Distilled Virulence. Wow, so many maps. Murder System. This map was cooked. Still beat it though. Techno Canada. Molasses Facility. Oh my god, all these maps are coming back to me. Resurrection Ship. Husk of Industry. Oh, this was a big one. Not very difficult though. I mean, it was difficult. Watermelon Market. Curse of Altamar. Oh my god. The Killing Game. Remember Citadel. Infallible Dictator. Holy Dregs. Oh, this map was cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Verdant Colony. Where am I going? Yoink! Yoink! La Scorcia Chot. Scorcia. How do you expect me to pronounce that? Come on. The properties of a grenade. The first map I tasked, I believe. Fun fact, someone actually beat this map. Goop Cave. And the second map I tasked. This map's doable, but oh my god. Fusion Disruptor. This map was great. This map was like 10 out of 10. Infinity! Good map. Another task map. Hopeless Requiem, great map. Love this one. In my defense, I was left unsupervised. Indeed you were. I could not beat this map. No one can. Gaugamela, Tavio. And is that it? The ending? Yay! Alright. So, very cool. I don't want to listen to this right now. Yeah. Amazing work, everyone. Great WODs, great time. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, wait, not next episode. Whatever I do next. Goodbye. Goodbye.